So you've probably wondered if a sleep build is possible in Elden Ring, and today it is finally possible with the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. If you complete Thiollier's questline, which you can probably find a guide of on my channel, you acquire Thiollier's hidden needle at the end of the game, and so after you defeat the final boss of the DLC. He will drop Thiollier's hidden needle. This weapon requires 22 dex, 10 strength, and 15 intelligence. It is a B in dex, D in strength, and C in intelligence, but it causes eternal sleep buildup. Its unique skill is called Sleep Evermore. It pierces the enemy deeply with a poison-coated needle that delivers eternal sleep. If the follow-up strike lands upon a foe who is already in a state of slumber or eternal sleep, it will deal significant damage. Now, I tested this weapon against PvP players, and it was really bad. Mostly because this weapon is a fist weapon. As you can see here, it's just your melee punches. And but it does shine against PvE, so just regular enemies. So these are the talismans that I'm using. I'm using Saint Trina's Smile, which causes me to increase my attack power when sleep in the vicinity happens. So whenever you sleep an enemy, you will get a giant boost. I think it is about 15 or 20% boost. I have the Rotten Winged Sword Insignia, which can be replaced with Millicent's Prosthesis if you want to eliminate Millicent to acquire it, and for the rest I have my two favorites, which are Dragon Crest Talisman and the Erdtree's Favorite 2. Additionally, if you want to deal more damage with your L2 attack, you can replace the Dragon Crest Talisman with the Shard of Alexander, which greatly boosts the attack power of skills. But anyway, I'm about to show you here how well it performs in the final area of the DLC. Now mind you, I am level 200, but that's pretty much what level you should be at the end of the DLC, in my honest opinion. But yeah, so although this weapon doesn't deal that much damage, in fact it only deals about 1000 when maxed out with Scattered Tree Fragments. Its incredible speed makes up for the low damage, as you can see here. And every attack causes sleep buildup, which you don't always end up triggering. That's the biggest issue with this weapon. It's not exactly amazing in terms of, you know, being a sleep weapon. You only manage to trigger the sleep against enemies that have a lot of health, like you're about to see here. Hopefully I can pull this off. There we go. He will be in a state of slumber right there, which stuns the enemy, and it doesn't actually put them to sleep. It just stuns them for about 2 to 3 seconds. And that's pretty much how it works against enemies. But how does it work and how does it perform against players? So I have some clips here to show you, but essentially the L2 attack is not that great. As you can see, it's not that awesome. It only was made to be used against enemies that are humans, and that's pretty much it. So there you go. So that's what happens when you put them to sleep. They get stunned and they're back. So once again, there's probably better builds out there that are melee builds, but it is possible. As you can see there, the Saint Trina's Smile has triggered 1268 damage, and it lasts for quite a while actually. So if you're fighting a lot of enemies that are big, they have a lot of health, like the golems and stuff like that, you end up dealing a lot more damage. But at the end of the day, it's not that good, as you would expect. Anyway, let's check out some clips here. Anyway, I'm not the best at PvP, so maybe you can make this work, but that's pretty much my honest opinion and review on this weapon. It's okay in PvE, but it absolutely sucks in PvP, mostly because everyone runs around with 2 helpers, so you're never going to be fighting one-on-one against people. I guess you can try this in the Colosseum, perhaps you can make it work in the Colosseum, but in Invasions, it is absolutely a terrible weapon. Anyway, it's also not worth it for PvE because it just kind of drops at the end of the game, so even in NG+, I guess it's not that great because the sleep doesn't really trigger that much. Anyway, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my other guides. I have questline guides and build guides and weapon showcases, so check them out. Leave a comment down below what you think about this, and I will see you in the next video.